welcome back to the channel. This is Renu here. Today I'm super excited to share with you how did I become fluent in English within 1 month. Yes, within 1 month, you heard it right. So if you're also struggling with the same problem, having no time but wanna become fluent in English as soon as possible, then this video is for you. Watch this video right till the end, and if you're new here on this channel, don't forget to subscribe this channel right now. And if you find this video very helpful, give this video a thumbs up and share your feedback in the comment section. Now without further delay, let's deep dive into the video. Recently, I have created a video on this channel about my entire journey of learning English, where I have talked about how I started learning English and how much I was serious for 1 month to become fluent in English, and I improved a lot. So if you want to watch this video, you can get the link of that video in the description of this video. Well, today in the video, we are going to know what are some practical activity which I followed for 1 month that helped me a lot to acquire fluency in English. Alright, now let's start with the first activity. So the first activity was I started immersing myself completely in English. Now what do I mean by it? So you change everything. When you try to immerse yourself completely in English, you change everything. You change your settings of phone, you change your settings of computer, whatever you read, whatever you listen or watch, everything you changed. Now, same thing I did. I started changing everything. I started watching something else. I started watching English movies, serials, stories, and I was also listening music. I was writing in English and reading in English. I was doing everything in English. I was trying to completely immerse in this language. And of course, as constantly I was consuming English content a lot, that constant exposure helped me a lot to get used to of this language. And of course, this is the reason I can speak in English fluently today. Okay, so this is the activity. You have to immerse yourself completely. Whatever you do, just change everything in English. Then only you are gonna get the environment, which is the most important thing to learn a language quickly, to be fluent in that language. So it is really important to get that environment, to just immerse yourself completely. So indulge yourself to be immersed in the English, then only you are going to become fluent in English sooner. Now let's move to the next activity. I found online English conversational partner. Yes, I got some online English conversational partner, some language learning partner. They helped me a lot. We were talking all day long. I was practicing my English speaking skills all day long. So I was kind of insane, but yes, it helped me a lot to improve quickly and to acquire fluency in English. As I was continuously practicing each and every day, that did not only help me to become comfortable with the language, but also to boost my confidence level. I was completely confident with the language. When I was speaking English, I was able to explain my all point of view to step by step. I can easily explain, I can easily make someone understand whatever the message I want to convey someone. Right? So it was completely a good practice, a good activity which I followed that you can also do. You can also find an online English conversational partner with whom you can do your English speaking practice on a regular basis. And of course, one thing I would like to highlight here, as much as time you can make to practice, do that. Okay, because as much as you are practicing, you are more likely to become fluent in English sooner. So this is another activity which I followed. I got some online English conversational partner and I practiced a lot. And ultimately that helped me to become fluent in English. Now let's move to the next activity. I started creating journal. I was completely analyzing everything. What I am doing, what I am going to do tomorrow, after tomorrow, and whatever I have done till now. Like I was making a journal, completely a journal about everything. About all the process, whatever I am doing in the journey, throughout my English learning journey, and what are some further topics that I am going to cover. So I was creating journal on regular basis, like to-do list. These are the tasks that I am going to perform throughout the day, and whatever the activity which I have done, I used to reward myself. Like I could do anything. I could meet my friend. I could just eat a chocolate or some other things. As I did tasks which I decided before to do, I used to reward myself. Reward, like you can eat chocolate, you can do anything, any activity, you can do anything. I mean, you can just reward yourself. Reward can be in any form, right? Just talk to your friend, or just go for walk, just go for a new place, to visit a new place, or any other reward you can do if you done the task which you decided before. So this is all about journal. I used to create to-do list and a proper journal. And you can also do some other things, like I was also doing writing. Like I was just imagining something, just imagine imaginary story, and I used to write. I used to write some my moments, some future plans, my experiences, whatever the experiences I got till now, and some my desires. So I used to write a lot, my future desire and my daily routine as well. I used to reflect my day by writing my daily routine in the night. So yes, writing helped me a lot to become fluent in English, because when we write, we actually think in English, right? We actually remember all the vocabularies, all the sentence structures, all the phrases. You will get to know how much you are aware with English language, how much you know about it, right? And what are some different topics, vocabularies and sentence structures which you need to know, which you need to learn if you follow writing skills. So I used to do a lot. I used to create journal to analyze whether I'm making any growth in my process of learning English or not. So of course, ultimately it helped me so much. When I started writing, it leads me thinking in English. So thinking in English is another activity which I followed a lot. And of course, it was another game changer for me. When I started writing, of course, when we write something without thinking, you cannot write something, right? If you're writing in English, of course, you must think in English, and you are going to think in English. So when I was writing, I was simultaneously thinking in English, and gradually, little by little, I could improve my thinking in English. Once I've done improving my thinking skills in English, I was comfortable to think in English while speaking in English. It was really good moment, because I was no more translating. I was thinking in English and naturally was speaking. So thinking in English helped me a lot to speak naturally and fluently. And of course, if you write, it will ultimately help you to start thinking in English gradually. Now let's move to the next activity which I followed. So the next activity was, I started joining some communities, Facebook communities or another communities. It helped me a lot to get that environment and to get the circle of language learner that helped me a lot to acquire fluency in English. Because when we are in a community, when we are in a group circle of language learning, of language learners, we ultimately get everything, all the exercises, all the activity which are important to be done, which are important to be followed in order to get fluency in English quickly. So of course, I joined some English learning communities, some groups that helped me a lot to become fluent in English. Because when I was in that community or in those groups, I was getting some different activities, some different session or some different games in order to get fluent in English, in order to have good understanding with the language. So when I was in that groups or in that community, I was completely enjoying myself, enjoying the learning process of English language. And of course, ultimately, I was becoming fluent in English gradually. So it is really important step that you need to follow, the activity you need to follow. You must join some English learning communities or groups, which will help you, which will provide you some different activities or exercise that will boost your confidence level and that will help you to brush up your English speaking skills. This is the main important activity which I appreciate a lot, because it helped me so much and still it is helping me. I used to conduct some sessions for other people, for myself, to discuss something, to discuss some random topics, and of course that was eventually helping me. That was eventually improving my speaking skills in English. So these are the steps I followed during my English learning journey. And of course, if you guys follow these all practical activities, literally if you practice for 5 to 6 hours each and every day, for 5 to 6 hours, if you really make efforts to make a time for English language practice, you can actually become fluent in English within 1 month. It is not a lie, it is completely true. You must give it a try, because I followed and I actually got amazing results. So So this is the reason I'm helping you out here. You must give it a try. You must try these all practical activities and you will become fluent in English. You will be speaking English fluently. Now I hope you will like the video. You will like all practical activities. If you find this video very helpful, let me know in the comment section. And if you have any question to ask me, you can share with me in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching guys. Let's meet you in the next videos.